Now, this is the electronic gate that we're talking about. There's no warning by Eastern personnel that this gate is here and that it's going to electronically frisk us as we walk through?
Not as such, no.
How does it work?
Well, on the order of mine detector system, you walk through it, and
right.
If you're carrying a metal object of a certain size, it will register on the light, which
we just did.
We just did, or you did, because I have no metal on me.
Well, then I must be the guilty party, and the next thing you do is you start looking for large amounts of metal before we can get from here to a plane, and it looks like a metal film can.
There's no doubt about it that the labor movement, like the rest of society, has had its forms of discrimination. And to the best of our ability, and it's been said by President Meany that we're going to eliminate that. And one of the ways to eliminate that, and we recognize what is going on in the country today, is getting our local unions more involved with the question of manpower, with the disadvantage of both black and Mexican American and Spanish American, and also white, so that we can then get about the business of really putting people into helping people along with their work habits. This is something brand new when they go into a plant and an assembly line, something that might be new to them. And so we've instituted what we call the Buddy Program.
Worth Craft owned par with the Dallas, who was making more money per hour. The contractors have informed us that they are prepared to sustain a 6-month strike. In this regard, our resolve is just as strong. We're prepared to stay out as long as we feel is necessary to achieve a just settlement. Fort Worth and Dallas bricklayers will remove pickets from the Dallas County junior colleges. I believe they have already been removed from all Tarrant County junior colleges. We are so informing Dr. Priest in Dallas County. We do want to make it clear that it will create a burden and an extra hardship to us to remove those pickets, but we're doing it in public interest.
Preliminary discussions began today between the UAW and major automobile manufacturers. This year's negotiations may be long and bitter. Observers feel that Leonard Woodcock, the new United Auto Workers Union president, replacing the all-powerful Walter Reuther, killed recently in a plane crash, will be trying to prove his merit as a union bargainer. 3 years ago, Ford was struck by the union. Most labor observers say Chrysler is too weak to sustain such a strike. This year, General Motors, giant of the big three, appears to be the most likely target, if indeed there is a strike.
Through my maintenance manager, I should know where the problems are in the complex. I'll go directly to that occupant. If I can't solve the problem, then I'll dispose of the tenant.
I think the important thing for us to realize that, in the words of the old Chinese proverb, that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. And whatever we've done, it can be considered as really no more than a first step. And we need to constantly remind ourselves that there are many, many problems that need to be solved, and we need to get on with the job now.
Do you have such a goon squad or an enforcement squad within the various tanks?
We do not have anything called a goon squad as far as prisoners are concerned, and we do not have any goon squad prisoners or paid personnel in this building. We have an instructor in the various tanks on different floors. He does not have any authority to enforce any of the rules at all.
Chief Holtman, you've had several federal suits filed against you in recent months. Do you feel that the prisoners are doing this strictly for harassment?
I think that this is being done by prisoners that do not want to follow rules and regulations or any kind of direction. And this is being done as harassment against all authority.
Well, since the city taking the property, the neighborhood got so bad that even the vacant houses, my family got all upset and nervous, so I drawed my money down and bought out in Pleasant Woods.
And what's been your experience in Pleasant Grove?
Well, up until week from past Thursday, it's been very peaceful out there until we woke up one morning and had 6 flats. Plus painted with aluminum paint, nigger go home on the side of the car, and sprayed my garage door with all the same type of paint.
far as the negotiations between the Dallas and Fort Worth bricklayers is concerned and the North Texas Contractors Association, the following situation is now at hand. The strike will continue. There is no agreement that has been reached. The last package that we offered the contractors was $2.45 an hour over a 3-year period. The contractors have offered $1.80 to the Dallas bricklayers and $2.05 to the Fort Worth bricklayers.
Unofficial union sources here at the GM plant in Arlington tell me that additional union dues are being levied to pay dues of UAW members during a possible strike. The feeling among the workers here is that a strike lasting perhaps as long as 3 months is indeed a possibility. So far, there is no official word from labor or management. If it comes, it could be as early as August 20th.
In interviewing the prospective tenants will be my first step to outline to them what I will expect of them in order to maintain this property. I will have a maintenance man live in apartment 101 in the hotel apartment. This man will be on duty day to day, and his job will be to maintain the premises regardless. If someone move out, he will paint. If the yard needs sweeping, he'll sweep the yard. But I also plan to have periodic meetings with the tenants.
Prefer to think that the council would take my remarks as a challenge to continue the good programs which have been initiated by the council and to initiate additional programs that will significantly overturn the many problems of our city. I don't believe that any good purpose can be served by taking a defensive position.